These are the saddest of possible words. Tinker to Evers to chance. A trio of bear cubs fleeter than birds. Tinker to Evers to chance. Ruthlessly piercing a gun for lone bubble. Tinker to Evers to chance. Words that are heavy with nothing but trouble. Tinker to Evers to chance. That was a poem by Franklin Pierce Adams that first appeared in the newspapers in 1910 about how double plays make him sad. Silly journalist. Double plays don't happen in the newspaper office, they only happen in baseball. Lovely bit of prose, though. People just don't write poems about baseball like they used to. I wonder if it's because of the television or because they're stupid and not very good. Anyway, let's play some baseball. 1907 World Series, Detroit Tigers, Chicago Cubs, two of my all-time favorite teams. Cubs, as you can see, kind of changed their logo from the year before. Added like a little guy, a little bump to it. Nice try, I guess. We know the Chicago Cubs from 1906, basically the same team, dominated the National League again. Oh, top to bottom, amazing lineup. Tinker to chance, the hard-hitting Harry Seinfeld at third base, Frank Wildfire, Schulte and right. Dude's called Wildfire. You know he's a pretty cool guy if he was a nickname like that, right? Two other guys named Jimmy who are really good, outfield Checker and Slagle, catcher. And the four-headed monster that was their pitching staff, Mordecai, Three-Finger Brown, Ed Robach, Jack Feister, and Orville Overall. I've been waiting all week to say that again. I love that name. I'm not trying not to be too biased and instantly name him the World Series MVP just because of that name, but I'm not making any promises. Orville Overall, that's so cool. You might remember Three-Finger Brown is known for not having a lot of fingers on his pitching hand. We're not going to show the hand this week because one of the members of the World Series review team, who will remain nameless, had a little bit of difficulty viewing that. Out of respect for more sensitive viewers, let's just say he held the ball kind of held the ball funny. The Cubs pitching staff in 1907, best all-time team ERA in the history of baseball, 1.73 ERA in the season, less than 2 runs scored per game on average. Let's go, guys. I don't know how you're going to beat this team. What about these Detroit Tigers? We're seeing them for the first time. Managed by Huey Jennings, one of the old original 1890s John McGuire Baltimore Orioles. So you think he's a tough brawler kind of guy. But all the pictures I see of him, he's doing that. He's like doing a cheerleader high step thing and doing his famous yell, call, war cry maybe. He goes, "Yeah!" at the players, like maybe they're like horses or something. That seems kind of distracting to have that man in your third base coach's box as you're rounding the bases. Like maybe it would be helpful if he was telling you where the play was at the time. I mean, they won the pennant, so I guess it couldn't have been all that bad. Now that I think about it, he is a little scary. He seems like a crazy person, and I guess I wouldn't really want to mess with him either. Hard to talk about the Tigers' offense this era. I mentioned Ty Cobb, their young 20-year-old right fielder in one of his first seasons in baseball. This dude comes equipped with his own hero/villain origin story, in that his mother murdered his father thinking he was an intruder like weeks before he reported to the Tigers. He didn't have a lot of friends on the Tigers. The rest of the outfield, including Matty McIntyre, Hall of Famer Sam Crawford, really didn't get along with him, didn't really want to talk to him. Lucky for Cobb, McIntyre, who was sort of the ringleader of the I Hate Ty Cobb club, got injured and didn't have to play in the series, so one of his few friends on the team, Davy Jones, played all the games left field in this series. For what I know about Davy Jones, people say monkeys around, but really he was too busy swinging to put anybody down, so he did give Cobb a chance and got along with him. No matter how hard a time Cobb had with some of his other teammates, he could always rest assured that he could spend a little time at Davy Jones's famous locker and get a little respite from the abuse. Cobb didn't take too well to the friendly boys will be boys style hazing of a baseball team of the 1900s, namely like having your spikes nailed to the floor or having your glove destroyed or being locked out of your hotel room. You know, just playful hazing, destroying people's personal property and stuff like that. Cobb got kind of paranoid and would sleep with a gun under his pillow. Oh, this team has problems from the start. This doesn't look good. Cobb's 1907 was punctuated with some notable fights. Namely, he beat up pitcher Ed Seaver so bad, I think he caved his face in or something. You do that to your teammate, oof. Perhaps his biggest rival on the team was catcher Boss Schmidt. The dude's name is Boss. That's really cool. Oh man, I already like this. He was a big former coal miner and prize fighter and catcher for the team. Schmidt was known for diverting base runners, trying to take home with his fist. diverting people with your fist sounds like you're just punching them. He just would punch people coming to home base. They probably liked that back in the 1900s, knowing how these guys are. He had big deformed knuckles. Ooh, a lot of deformities in this one. A lot of mutants, like hands and knuckles and faces. It's a little bit like the X-Men, kind of. There were two notable fights between Cobb and Schmidt in 1907. In one of them, Cobb attacked a groundskeeper and perhaps also choked his wife. A little foggy in the details on that one, as the only corroborating voice in this one was Boss Schmidt himself, who heroically broke up the fight and stopped Cobb from injuring these people. Boss Schmidt and Ty Cobb staged a rematch on an off day, and Schmidt beat Cobb so badly he left him unconscious with a broken nose. But, as a token of goodwill, he also helped revive him and then told him he respected him as a fighter. And they actually became friends after that. Ty Cobb, all-time career batting average leader at 366, over 4,000 hits, 12 batting titles. That's the most of all time. He didn't do anything in the World Series. He did nothing. He got 4 hits, no RBIs. He sucked. One of those notable things about this World Series is they made the decision to split gate receipts for the players for all the games, which instantly led to theories that the teams were perhaps going to throw some games and try to stretch out the series to as many games as possible to make as much money as possible. In Game 1, where the Tigers had their only real lead of the series, conveniently with 2 outs and 2 strikes, catcher Boss Schmidt had a little passed ball that caused the Cubs to tie the game and for it to go into extra innings. And then they called it on darkness in 12 innings. It seems like it'd be pretty easy to avoid tie games. Like you could write down what happened and just start again tomorrow. Whatever, to get paid more and pad their stats. Have fun, guys. Pretty stupid of the Tigers to kind of throw their lead in the first game, if in fact that's what they did, because the Cubs were fresh off in 1906 and were not going to let a team that was not expected to beat them again, like the hitless wonder White Sox did in 06. They proceeded to just spank the Tigers' striped little butts for 4 games. Yeah. And that's basically it. That's the whole series. There's not a lot to talk about. So, MVP, I guess. Jimmy Slagle, the Cubs veteran outfielder who missed the 06 series with injury, just has a tremendous performance in this one. He drives in 4 runs, 6 stolen bases, including the first steal of home base in World Series history. Pretty darn good. Harry Seinfeld with 471 batting average, 8 hits, drives in a couple of runs, another candidate just beating on the Tigers pitching. But I have to go with Orville overall on this one. I mean, 1.0 ERA over 18 innings, 2 complete games, 11 strikeouts. I'm going to have to go with him. His name is like the big farmer pants, and his first name rhymes with his last name. MVP. That's MVP stuff in my book. Wow, this was my 2 favorite teams, so it's hard to be too upset. Because, hey, I wanted some offense, and the Cubs delivered. They just pounded on the Tigers. This is either the best World Series of the ones I've reviewed so far, or the worst, because the Tigers are so incredibly disappointing, and the Cubs are so incredibly awesome. As far as cool names go, Cubs pretty much the same names as last year. Maybe they lose a point because Sally Hoffman's on the bench, and that's a weird name. But they did have a bench player named Heine Zimmerman, and that's pretty weird. Tigers, though, Boss Schmidt, Germany Schaefer, he's just like I got a country instead of a name. Pretty cool. Wild Bill Donovan, he's wild. Great. He's probably a pretty cool guy. Comment Corner, lots of comments about the 1906 episode. I may have been off on some of my facts. Let's see what some of our viewers say. Let's see, the 1906 White Sox did use bats. That's not why they're called the Hitless Wonders. That's not why it's called Dead Ball Era, you idiot. I'm sorry, I may have been a little off on those. The team is working hard to fix it. We're looking into time travel so I can go back and make sure that that's what they did so that I can be right and I don't have to change my videos. And you bald idiot, I'm tired of seeing your face. What makes you the expert on baseball? Listen, pal, this is what makes me expert on baseball right here. This big book that my granddad bought me. He fought in the dang war for this country. His favorite player was Ted Williams, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't appreciate you comment Nazis saying stuff like that. Look how thick this is. How big is your baseball book, huh? And I think I look pretty good. So who's the idiot now, idiot? Wow, that was probably a better World Series. Unless you're a Tigers fan, that's the worst World Series of all time. The Cubs win 4-0 with 1 tie, which is stupid. 1908, it's another Tigers-Cubs one. Wow, really looking forward to that. Let's see if Tigers can get some revenge for this embarrassing loss, and if Ty Cobb's bat wakes up. Like and subscribe, please. This is a YouTube channel, so you gotta do that.